Everybody is selling this dream that healed looks like yoga retreats and spa days and taking vacations on remote islands. But healing actually looks like crying in the shower. Healing looks like being overstimulated from your kids and asking them to just close the door and give you 30 minutes to process. Healing looks like so many different things that I feel like we don't talk about because we've turned it into this aesthetic thing. So today we are going to go ahead and get into it. If you don't already know, my name is Brittany XOXO. Welcome to my channel. This is where I share my journey, life's ups and downs, and the things in between. So stay a while. Go ahead and subscribe if you aren't already. But let's go ahead and get into it today. Let's break down the myth of the healed girl glow up because healing is not always beautiful. Honestly, most of the time it isn't. Healing is full of grief. Healing is full of loss. Healing is full of sadness and pain and just silence and stillness and just so many ugly emotions that I feel like social media and just society has like very much tried to get us to ignore and turned into this cutesy aesthetic thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of the same thing. If you go to my Instagram page, you're gonna see me on vacation. You're gonna see me taking solo trips and doing all these cutesy things, in the name of healing and moving on. But there's so much emotional work that's attached to that, as far as therapy and going to church and spending time with God in my Bible. So we're going to break that down today. But a lot of that has been romanticized. Like you can literally search the term like romanticizing my life and you'll see all these things and they're just not true. And I'm not saying that they don't happen. I'm just saying that is not what healing is. That's not being healed. Because you can still do all those things and feel ugly and horrible on the inside. And you're not doing anything about it, but just covering up with these pretty things. Because healing is not linear. Like I see a lot of times people say like, come healed. And I don't think that's a thing. How can you be healed, especially when it comes to emotional trauma? Like even physical trauma, you still have scars. Like you can still see it. It's still there. So the thought of, coming to situations already healed and not having problems and not having feelings about things that have happened in the past, like that's just not a thing. Like every day you have to wake up and choose to heal. Every day you have to choose healing and putting yourself first and choosing your peace over whatever it is that is disturbing you. Because I'll even say for me, I thought that healing would look like freedom, but it was so much loss in it. Even my therapist had to tell me, like, you don't even realize, Brittany, you're grieving. You're grieving your marriage. Like, I was grieving my grandmother, who I was extremely close with. She was literally like my person. Like, we were literally like this. And when she passed away, I did counseling, and my therapist in all our conversations is like, you do realize that you're grieving the loss of your old life, like of your marriage, of your divorce. Like that's grieving too. And I did not realize that because to me, I feel good. I feel better. I'm happy. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But there's still, are these feelings and emotions, that come with these big transitions in life. So my breakdown moment that actually led to my breakthrough was after my ex-husband and I had split up. We weren't divorced yet. We were just separated, and he would, come get the kids and we would co-parent. And with that came a lot of tears from my girls because it was they were really small, honestly. The main reason why they were really, really small. My youngest was barely 1 years old when he started taking them. And then my middle daughter was about 4 or 5. And then my son was like 12 or 13. And so he would come get them, on his weekends, and he would take them, and then they would cry, 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 cry. then I would feel like a horrible mother. Like I would feel like this is why I shouldn't have did this. I knew I was making a mistake. I'm causing all this pain and these things to my kids. And it was just, it was a really, really, really rough time because I didn't know if I was making the right decision. I knew that I was making the right decision for me, but at the time it didn't seem like I was making the right decision for them. One, because my youngest, my baby, she cried all the time anyway. Like cry baby. From the time she was born till she was about 2.5, 3 years old. She cried. The smallest things would set her off. And it was just really, really difficult to handle for me because I was breastfeeding and then also going through this stuff, with my husband. And then I was also a caregiver from my grandmother. And it was just all these things going on at one time. So I made the decision, you know what, I can't do this anymore as far as the marriage and feeling like I was a single married mom, which is a thing. And so I made the decision to get a divorce. And when we would do those exchanges with the kids, it ripped my heart out. And I would come home and I would just feel so guilty and I would cry and I wouldn't even want to go out and do anything. And then one of those times, it clicked to me that I have to start using this time for myself. Like, if I don't, I'm just going to be sitting in the house feeling miserable. I'm not going to get to where I want to be. Like, that wasn't the goal, of the divorce, was for me to be miserable, then the kids to be miserable and him to be miserable too. No, somebody got to be happy. Somebody got to take the charge, and that had to be me. So I made a decision that I was going to put my big girl panties on. I was going to let them cry. They'd be okay. They would stop crying. They would stop crying eventually, and I started getting my lashes done. That was the first thing that I would do. Every time the girls would go and my son would go, I would make an appointment to get my lashes done, and that was like my moment of self-care, and it made me feel better about myself. It made me feel better about my appearance because I couldn't even barely find any pictures of me from that time frame. I was looking the other day for something and I couldn't even barely find any pictures of me, no videos at all, which is crazy because I had so many pictures of the kids, none of me, because my self-esteem was so low and I was in such a bad place. So once I started getting my lashes done, that was like my little self-esteem boost, and it really set the tone for the years to come because I was looking better, I was feeling better about myself, and it gave me the confidence to do other things to feel better about myself, like start back going to church. I wasn't going to church for a long time. And then part of the reason I was telling myself was because my baby was a crybaby. I can't leave her in the nurse where she's gonna cry. Whatever. I finally got over that once she got to be about 4 or 5 years old. I started going back to church. I found a really good therapist. I love my therapist down because she is going to hold me accountable. She is going to listen to me and not just listen to me and agree with me. No, she listens to me. She asks me questions that make me think about things that I'm saying, decisions that I'm making, and she gives me tools to help. So those are the things that really, really helped my healing process once I figured out that I actually do need to fix some things within myself. Like, just getting divorced is not going to fix all my problems. Like, I have to make decisions and choices and steps to be healed one day. Everyone's healing does not look the same, and it's not supposed to look the same, and it's perfectly fine. But you do have to make the choice. You do have to make a conscious effort to want to be healed. You cannot just say it is what it is and well, that's just how I am. That's my zodiac sign. No. If you want to make a positive change in your life, you're going to have to accept that some things are wrong and you want them to change. And then not only do you want them to change, you're going to have to make steps and choices to make them change. It may not be my same journey. Matter of fact, it won't be my same journey. But I can tell you from what I've learned, a good therapist does wonders. Like, you may have tried therapy before and it didn't work. I'm telling you, it's because you did not have the right therapist. All therapists are not created equal. Find you a good therapist. I used BetterHelp. I got on there, found some therapists, that were specialized in what I was looking for. I tried a few before I found, the one that I have now. She's amazing. Also, get in the Word. Get in the Word. Get into your Bible. And I'm telling you, get into church. Going to church has just put such a positive spin on my life. The impact of going to church, not just going to church, but being involved in church. I have my kids involved in church. They love to go. Sometimes I get lazy. I'm like, we'll just watch it online. And the girls will be like, no, we want to go. And I love that for them. So going to church, and I also did a couple of Bible studies at church with mothers. So if you go to church, you find a church and they have women groups that are like-minded individuals that may be going through some of the similar things that you're going through in your life. It helps so much. It has been literally such a big impact on the trajectory of my life. And I'm so, so, so very grateful. And something else that helped me that I didn't even think I needed, being around like-minded individuals. I I know there was this whole thing, no new friends, blah blah blah, this thing going around some years ago, but no, I have so many new friends that are so positive, so encouraging. And some of these friends are from Instagram that I've only maybe seen a handful of times in person. And when I say the encouragement and the positivity that I get from these people is like nothing that I ever could have imagined. It's such a beautiful thing. I've met some wonderful, beautiful people in the last 3, 4 years of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm not a super social person. Like, I'm very much an introvert, but just putting myself out there and having the confidence that I gained from making the decision that I want better for not just my kids, but I want better for me too, has just put just such a light on my life. And I'm so grateful. And I'm not saying that I'm healed. I'm not having this conversation today because I'm saying I'm healed, so do this. No, 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 no. This is not that. I am healing. I am in the process of healing still to this day. And I'm going to continue to take steps to heal. When things look bad, when some things are going wrong, and you get them feeling like, oh, here we go again. Because I'm be honest, I'm in that place right now to where I feel like this is going wrong. This is going wrong. Like all these things are going wrong. But in that, I still know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There are going to be hard times. Like that's something that is 100% guaranteed. But we do have to make a choice to want better for ourselves, and not just want better, we have to do better for ourselves as well. So I have a question for you. What part of your healing journey are you in today, right now? Are you surviving? Are you processing? Are you rebuilding? Let me know in the comments. If you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. Take some time today to journal about it and write down how you're feeling, what part of your process you're in, and some things that you want to do to help you continue to build that momentum and to come in the version of you that you want to be. But thank you for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and like it. And if you aren't already, subscribe to the XOXO family. But I'm wishing you all the best in your healing journey. Love and light, XOXO.